Hi, good morning everyone. Welcome to this training topic which is on SAP GRC ARA Lifecycle. So ARA is our access risk analysis, and these are the 6 major steps in the life cycle of access risk analysis of GRC. So first step is risk recognition, that is to identify authorization risks and approve exceptions. So that is the step 1. So identification is extremely important. Okay, then clarify and classify risk as high, medium or low. So 3 levels of classifications. Basically we need to classify depending on the requirement, could be critical, high, medium, low, but classification is important. Then identify new risks and conditions for monitoring in the future. Okay, so identification phase, that is risk recognition. The second step is rule building and validation. So in this step, the best practice rules for your environment are referenced and they are used. And to start with, we use the out of the box rule set provided by SAP, and we can use them as a base to start, and we can build on those rule set depending on the environment, depending on the customer's requirement. Okay, then validate rules, customize rules, then test, verify that user, test user and verify against test user and role cases. Okay, so whenever we are creating any rule, we need to test it out. Okay, then next phase is, so we have recognized the risk. Basically we have identified the risks, categorized the risks, we have created a rule building matrix and process to validate them. Then next step is the analysis of the risk. So we run the analytic reports based on the rules that we have created, based on the risks which are recognized, based on the categories of different risks. We run the analytic report and estimate cleanup effort. So that is one-time cleanup. So we find out once we have the analytic reports what it takes to make sure that we get compliant. Analyze roles and users. So we go by the roles, whether the roles are having risks or not. Users, which are the users and what type of risk they have. Modify rules based on analysis. Set alerts to distinguish exceeded risks. Okay, so analysis part is done. We have identified, we have run the reports, have the list of roles and users which are non-compliant. Then remediate them, that is come up with a plan to remediate them. Document the approval of corrective actions. Modify or create rules or user assignment. Okay, so the main thing is remediation. Okay, once the risks are remediated, we need to see which are the risks which cannot be remediated. So we need to come up with a mitigation plan for them, that is determine alternative controls to mitigate risks. Educate management about conflict approval and monitoring. Document a process to monitor mitigation controls. Implement controls. Okay, and then last is continuous compliance. So once we become compliant once, we need to have a continuous monitoring process in place so that the new risks are not induced into the environment either through new role creation or modification of roles or assignment of new roles, or basically the new roles to the system, to the users, so that new users or the existing users, if the new roles are added to it, they don't bring in the SOD violations. Okay, so just take note that these are the 6 major steps for the GRC's access control. Okay, so these are the risks which helps to make the ARA life cycle. So recognize the risk, create the rules, run the analytic report using background jobs. Whatever risks are identified, come up with a plan to remediate. Whatever cannot be remediated, come up with a plan to mitigate them. And once we are compliant, once we have become clean, we need to have a continuous compliance monitoring so that we remain clean. Okay, so that is pretty much I wanted to cover in this particular topic. Thank you for joining and have a nice day. Bye bye.